You're listening to the Reluctant Adult Podcast. If you like what you're hearing, follow us on social media and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. This is the way.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a million.
This week from the internet. As American content creators come to grips with TikTok's impending demise, action figure photogs are gleefully surrendering their own work to the AI robots that will soon replace us all. Plus, Hot Toy fans give the company's upcoming Deadpool and Wolverine Human Torch figure a lukewarm reception. And, better late than never, Rat Trap joins Takara's masterpiece Beast Wars Transformers collection. The ventriloquist goes to heaven, but the dummy doesn't. It's the Reluctant Adult Podcast.
Don't you be a dummy! Buckle your safety belt!
Think, Billy. It's morphin' time!
Welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adult Podcast. My name is Paul, and I am joined, as always, by the man who is currently chaining himself to TikTok headquarters, Bill!
Hi, everyone. That's right. Singapore, right?
Well, they have an American base, which is kind of like the issue here. So, for those of you not aware, TikTok is being shut down in the U.S., the good old U.S. of A., on the 19th, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds right.
19th, if I click that. Sunday. So this is it. This is the final week of TikTok if you're in America. I know we have some listeners outside the United States, but the majority of the people that listen, that consume our content previously on TikTok, this is where we really hit it big in terms of finding an audience. TikTok. And they're taking it away. They're taking it away from us. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think TikTok, where we started out, is very different than where we are right now.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think the TikTok shop didn't exist yet.
No.
In the form that it was. The Costco guys obviously didn't exist.
Is that where they started out, TikTok?
Sure. Yes, because
so,
they were doing that. We're Costco guys, just like we're Alaskans. Of course we have.
Oh, is that where that came from? They were copying the Alaskan template. Oh,
yes, or whatever the template was. The we're podcasters. Of course we live in our basements or whatever that is. You know.
I want to become like an internet historian because we're gonna need that. We're gonna need proof of this stuff and how it transpired and the order things happened. Like, it all dates back to the Potter Pals on YouTube. That's where everything comes from.
So, I don't know. It's a very different landscape than what it was when we first started this channel.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. But, our audience is still there. It was growing.
Yes.
And I really, we've been talking about, like, rebranding and changing things. And, like, this week, I really, like, haven't felt the urgency to create clips from the show rather than the full. You've noticed, yeah.
I've noticed.
Like I do the podcast, I cut the podcast, put that up on Monday, Sunday night. You hear it Monday, and then I'll do the full show on YouTube. And then before, I was making maybe 30 clips out of our show to post throughout the week, multiple clips a day. And it's like, I just don't, like, why? What's the point? It's all going to disappear.
Seems fleeting. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So.
And we still have Instagram, and Instagram is great. But Instagram, you can also post photos, and that's much less work. You just post a photo and get the same kind of engagement, same sort of community interaction.
So I mean, I've seen a lot of the larger accounts, that are accepting of the fact that it might shut down or will shut down.
It really seems like it's gonna happen.
Making
it's kind
sure
of a depressing time to be on there.
But like making sure that, if you enjoy the content, follow it on the other social platforms as quick as you can before you know where to find us.
Because in the beginning, they're like, oh, it's going to shut down, sure, but like we can use VPNs. It's not going to disappear from our phone. You just can't get updates. But from what TikTok is saying, they don't want, they want to be very clear. They're not selling. They're not going to have it halfway. Either they are allowed to be in the U.S. or they're going to shut it down completely and nobody can have access. And I think that's fair on their end because they feel like they're being unfairly treated. Now, the reason that we are being told that this has to happen is because theoretically, because this is a Chinese-owned company, even though a majority ownership is based in the U.S., in theory, they could alter the algorithm to show us videos that support the Chinese agenda. And okay, that's bad. But it's not anything that has happened as far as we know. And if you're saying, well, it's bad if this app does it, but then look at Facebook. Like, they just announced that they are no longer going to fact check. You can post whatever you want on there.
Oh.
It's a very dangerous time for the coalition of reason. It's a very dangerous time. But we remain a shining beacon. Excuse me. We remain a shining beacon of truth, of truthiness. What did that come? What was truthiness from? The Daily Show? I feel like that was a thing.
That wasn't anything I'm aware of.
No. Okay.
Truthiness.
It's like it's truth. It's truth flavored information.
What was truth, justice, and the American way? Where did that come from?
That's Superman. That's Superman. Coming out this year, this summer.
Oh boy,
we need him more than ever. So, needless to say, follow us on TikTok for one more week, and then follow us on YouTube and Instagram and MySpace and Friendster and whatever app.
Is anything coming out of this at all in terms of
like a new app to replace it?
A new app, yeah.
I'm sure people will try. I remember the first time they announced that this was going to happen, a million different apps popped up, and like I was posting to them, and then they all disappeared because it kind of went away.
Sure.
And I haven't seen that sort of return. There's another. There's like Lemon 8 with the number 8, which is owned by ByteDance. They're owned by the same company. Yeah.
Right.
And also, I haven't looked into them at all, but I think I've heard that it's not like a video format. It's more like either Pinster or what's it called? Pinterest or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It's different. I don't know anything about it, but I don't know. We're kind of in a wait and see. Like we're trying different stuff.
Yeah, we're just in a holding pattern here.
We're just in a holding. Like you're going to see if you watch our YouTube this week, totally different camera angle. I'm trying different things. I have a different camera set up for YouTube. So you get that 19 by 20. Different hats, yeah.
Different hat.
It's just sort of a time where we can try different things because we don't know. Like before, people would always get on us, but it's like, oh, your videos are, shaped like they're shaped. They're not formatted for YouTube. When we were putting them on YouTube, people would be mad at us. I'm like, well, we're doing this as an afterthought. Like we are shooting for TikTok. So now maybe we don't need to do that.
My wife asked me today. She said, "Is it really going to shut down?" And I said, "Most likely." And she's like, "What am I supposed to do?"
I know.
And I go, probably start communicating to me verbally, as opposed to TikTok videos.
What if it does end up being like a positive impact on society?
I mean, I think, people will just gravitate towards whatever they can at the end of the day. But
because Instagram is just different. It doesn't. No one has been able to crack the algorithm, or
my wife looks at me funny if I share an Instagram video to her. She's like, "What?
What is this?
What's this?"
This is from several weeks ago that I saw on TikTok.
Oh, sure.
So I thought next week because it'll still be up at least on Saturday when we record. I think Sunday is the 19th. That's when it's going to go away. I thought we'd take a look back at our greatest hits because there have been several videos that have done very well. One was very close to 1 million. You can see it on the screen right here.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
800,000, your Deadpool popcorn video.
Oh, what a run that was.
Oh, my God. What a time to be alive. And then previously we had this.
It's really killing us because Captain America Brave New World's coming out soon. And
oh, my God. I know.
There's a well-buried clip in the...
We're going to have to talk about it. We're going to have to talk about it because even though... It may be the video that got us the most comments and reposts, but it didn't get a lot of views. It's sort of funny how that works.
That is
It's
funny.
like people were mad at us, artificially mad.
Right. They quickly forgot.
Yeah.
Man, what a ride.
You were concerned.
What a ride.
What a ride. We'll talk about that next week. We'll talk about that next week because I think if nothing else, I would like to have a record of everything that happened.
Sure.
While we were talking about the new format, if you watch this week's show on YouTube, you can see that there is a center window where the second half of the show, you could see the web browser, like what we were looking at. So it's like we're guiding you through the internet. So that's really helpful. But when there's nothing on our screen, we still need something to fill that window. So I decided, why not throw up a classic episode, a classic toy hunt? Not one that we did, but from our good old friends, Collector's Crush.
Oh, wow.
It was now this is lost media because that channel no longer exists, or it exists, but all the videos have been taken down. So this is considered lost media, but I saved it. I am the internet's... I'm the internet archivist. Archivist.
Yes,
you're
an archivist. Yes.
Archivist.
Collector's Crush
I really feel like
Curator.
I need to... Collector Crush Curator. Ooh, I like it.
There we go.
So I ran that. It was interesting because those were filmed, that first one at least was filmed during the early days of the pandemic in 2020. So it was interesting to see what toys were on the pegs and compare that to today.
And then just toy hunt videos, they really popped during that
was a big time
because nobody
people
was going
wanted
out
to see.
So
I know no one's going out. People wanted
a little
to have a window, virtual
trip.
window into society because you couldn't head out yourself. Yeah,
right.
So this is all to say, if you would like to send in a video to be featured in that window during our show during the downtime, do send it to us.
Yeah.
I don't know the best way to do it. You can either upload it to YouTube and send us a link and we can download it from there, or just send us a message on TikTok. We'll figure, or please don't send us a message on TikTok. Send us a message on Instagram. We'll figure out the best way to do it. But you got to film it 16:9. You got to film it like the old school TV film, like not like a TikTok. The other way. Turn your camera this way. Because that's how you go on the YouTube. You'll see. So that's what we're hoping people will do, and then maybe we'll film something. It's all a work in progress. Maybe. We're throwing stuff at the wall. We're just throwing spaghetti at the wall. See what sticks.
Hey, whatever sticks.
Whatever sticks. So that's that. Let's see. A little housekeeping this week. Wednesday. I don't know if it airs live, but I don't know about you, but I will be on an episode of what is it called? Hold on.
Toy News Inc.
The Toy Fair podcast. What is it? I don't know what it's called. Something. Toy Fair Theater or something. Yeah. So I'm gonna record that on Wednesday. Bill, you're not confirmed if you will be there or not. You'll let me know last minute.
What's the time?
I think it's 9:30.
Oh, I can be there. Yeah.
All right, fine.
That's fine.
So look for us somewhere. We'll post a more accurate link on our social media so you can find that.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Let's see. Let's talk about some toys. What do I want to jump into? You know what? While I have all this stuff up, let's go to this. So this week there must have been a new app released because people were posting these AI animated photos of their action figures. Did you see these everywhere?
I did start seeing some of them, but not as much as you. You sent me quite a few links. Some to private groups that I didn't have access to, but some of them did work, and I was impressed.
Which groups did you not have access to? The G.I. Joe group?
A lot of the G.I. Joe group, yeah.
Oh, you got to join. So basically, you take a photo that you have, that you either took or you just have for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And it will animate the figures, what it like this. I don't think it was intended for toys. So it's like it was intended to put people in there because that's what it wants. It wants to steal the people. But people are using it with toys, and the effect is very. It's good. It's evil. I don't know. Let's take a look. Here's the first one. This is. Look at this. Lois Lane, Superman. So I don't know what the original photo. I think this is the Mezco Superman. I don't know what the Lois is, but look at that. It made them kiss.
Look at that. The cape is going.
Cape is flapping in the. This is just unbelievable. But it stops looking like a toy at some point.
At some point, yeah.
It's like that uncanny. I mean, I don't think it's Uncanny Valley because we don't know. We're not supposed to think it's actual people.
Right.
But it's just wild.
You think this is one of the ones that I watched with what's his name, Dr. Barrett. What was it? What's the
Spellbinder, Mindbender?
Dr. Mindbender. Yes, thank you. Which he's got the X-Files. That's the X-Files corpse.
That's the X-Files.
Yes, and I was like, oh, that would be great because I have I think one right here.
Why is it see-through? What happened to the corpse in the film?
It got infected with the alien oil, the black ooze, and then it created it had a creature, feeding off of the human.
Oh, okay.
And when they did the autopsy, they found that the flesh was still kind of there, but it was all like translucent. And it's funny that I have that right there. But yeah, I was thinking about that figure.
That was good.
I was thinking about that this week, and I was like, oh, that'd be fun.
I want to say
that Gurney's not the X-Files Gurney. That's probably WWF, WWE.
Yeah, I was going to say, like a more recent. Came with like the
it's kind of funny that Dr. Mindbender would have a Gurney. I think he would have more just like a slab.
That's the thing. That doesn't really work.
That doesn't work there.
But they got the fire.
Right.
I don't know what he's like. He's holding something, and then he's handing it off.
Yeah, he gives it to Zartan.
Doesn't really take it. That's the thing.
And then it gets all like wormy. It's like
You kind of get what you get with AI.
Check out my enlarged gummy bear
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Here's Zartan again. He's walking. So he's on his stand, but they put him in a swamp, and he walks right past camera view. It's just...
Look at the joints.
Crazy. Look at and the camera pans down, and there's water. This looks like when they put John Cena as an action figure into the video game.
Yeah.
Like, because he doesn't move at the joints. He just.
This is what I'd want. I would be accepting of the fact that if they did this with like small soldiers figures, and I could just like create my own play space.
Do that. Yes.
I would be okay with that because then I don't have to pose. Yeah, but then I don't have to like physically pose the figure.
If Hasbro wasn't going to have to spend so much money on lawyers to defend themselves for all these people suing them, I don't know if we'll talk about that, but you can look that up yourself. That they should really invest some money in their action figures and AI. Like I feel like that is the missing link that could save toys. Like you have this, you can look at your iPad or whatever, and then you could have the physical toy. Like there's something there,
right? You buy like the kit, like there's a scanning kit or like a camera.
Yeah, something like the kids in the Jurassic Park with you scan the little thing. My son loves that shit. All right, here's Superman. I think this is the Mezco. Actually, is this there's like another company that's doing a Superman. Yeah, you can see the box behind him. It says Metropolis Protector or Protector of Metropolis. Okay. So it's a basically Clark Kent. But under his shirt, it does have the Superman logo, or a facsimile, I guess, because that seems risky. But people were digging this figure.
Yeah, he seems very happy to show it off. He's like, check me out. Look at this.
It's amazing. He's unbuttoning. It's very impressive. But it's terrible, but it's very impressive. And then this one I thought was cool. The turtles are fighting with lightsabers and water.
I liked this one showed the original photo.
Oh, did it?
Prior to any modification. Yes.
Oh, look at that.
And that's the photo.
They're just...
And so with that, they've got the lightsabers glowing.
Yeah. And Raph's like pointing, like,
yeah,
it looks so short here. He
does. He's in a deeper part of the lake.
And then look at that.
Yeah,
the lightsabers are glowing, reflecting on the light. It's amazing. It's amazing. We're all doomed. We're all doomed. Here's Anakin walking away from R2. He's like, I had enough of your shit. Let me out of here. This one I thought was really cool. This is Mikey strangling a foot soldier with a chain, a NECA figure. Just very really cinematic. It's just really very nice.
Oof.
But again, it's terrible because it's
terrifying.
Taking our jobs. Speaking of photos, I wanted to show off a photo that I saw. Somebody posted on Twitter that they bought an anthropomorphic lens, which is the lens that allows you to shoot like that, what you are familiar with a movie screen looking like very wide. Mm-hmm. Look at this shot. Look at this amazing figure photography.
Oh, wow.
Jesse Feierstein. Feierstein? How do you think you pronounce that? Eisen.
Yes.
Sorry, Jesse. But I love your figure photography. Amazing.
What figures are these?
I think these are the ones that are. It's not like the video game ones, but then Disney Store made figures that are basically that, but with articulation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What are they called, like Toy Box or something?
Yes, the Toy Box figures.
Yeah. So there's the setup you can see behind the scenes.
Yeah,
wow. I love it the way they do the light and everything. Just fantastic. I love it. So that's that. But I saw a picture this week of a rat trap figure. Now, people were very excited about this because apparently they are doing Masterpiece Rat Trap from Beast Wars. And I was like, oh, cool. This looks great. But I was like, what is Masterpiece? Because I'm so confused about the different Transformer lines. Like, I've completely lost track of how they do it. But I did a little digging, and this is from that really expensive Takara line.
Yes.
That's like, if you try to find the older figures now, you can find it on Target, but it's a third party, and it's $800 for Dinobot right now.
Right. But these were exceptional because they didn't have any of the kibble showing.
It took them this long to figure out how to engineer Rat Trap so that it doesn't have the kibble. It's like they probably had to use AI to figure out how to do it. Because if you think about the Hasbro figures, when you transform them, you see all the little bits and pieces.
You do.
But on the show, they just delete it. No need to show that. No need to be toy accurate. So they figured out a way to do it. And they did all the other characters, or a lot of them. You would have thought that Rat Trap would have been before... Who did they do? Tigertron? Like, we should have had Rat Trap before him.
So I think the only one that we're missing... So we have Megatron from the...
Dinobot, Optimus, Rhinox. Yeah, I guess they don't have They don't have any Decepticons other than... Yes, Predacons. Excuse me. Other than Megatron, we don't have any other Predacons.
Yeah.
But finally adding Rat Trap to the mix, and he looks so great.
I don't
know how expensive these will be when they first come out.
Yeah.
That Rhinox, I think, was the most recent, and I think he was on Hasbro Pulse.
Was he really?
Did you see that Hasbro Pulse Asia is shutting down?
I didn't see that. That's interesting.
Somebody posted the link, and immediately people were like, Hasbro Pulse is shutting down?
No.
But no, just the Asia version. But I didn't even know they had regional Hasbro Pulses. Like, I thought there was Hasbro Pulse, and then they
definitely expanded.
Everyone.
They definitely expanded. I think at one point it was just the U.S. and they definitely got a lot of flack with like the HasLabs early on, and I think that was a big.
Oh, here it is, $219.
Okay,
he's in stock.
Oh,
he looks a little shiny here, but if you look at, I think
they do these right, but like at that point. Like, the transforming's fine, and it is good. But at the same point, it's like, why not just design an action figure that does the same thing? It doesn't make it doesn't make it a transformer at that point. But
what are you talking about? It transforms.
It does. I'm just saying that, to cut all that out and just make a accurate to the media representation.
You're saying
make it an action figure that doesn't transform. Correct.
I'm confused. I'm confused what you're saying. You saying there should be an action figure that doesn't transform that looks just like the cartoon?
Correct.
They've done that.
They have. They had that
but
red
that's
line.
easy. That's easy.
I know it's easy.
The fact that they have to make it transform. So we were talking about this the other day. Look at the scale. Look at the scale of these characters. It always blows my mind.
The Dinobot was huge.
The Dinobot is so much bigger than Optimus, and then Tigertron.
Oh, they made
is
Black
bigger than
Arachnia
Optimus.
too. Okay.
I know they made They made all these characters. Why did it take me to this website? I just want to see this picture. Open image in a new tab. There we go. So, look at big ass Dinobot. It's crazy. I mean, he's a dinosaur, so I guess.
Yeah.
But at that time, we were still going off Jurassic Park rules. So I thought that Velociraptors were sort of tiny.
Right.
And they are actually tinier. They're smaller than they are depicted in that.
Did you see that edit where they were like, we took the frog DNA out of the dinosaurs, and they had a more visually represented image or animation of the raptors at the end of Jurassic Park where they were all feathers?
I think I did see that, yeah.
And they're like, we're working on the T-Rex right now, but they had it was jarring.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Is that what they're saying? They took out the frog DNA. That's what made them so smooth.
That's what made them all so
that
smooth.
took away the feathers.
But then they were still large because I think the Velociraptor is a smaller dinosaur than
That's what because it's like like the compies, like the baby dinosaur, the puppies. Well, that's cool. That was just like a fan edit though.
That was just a fan edit.
Official.
Yeah.
These just look so good. It's crazy. These are probably like a grail item that I have no like current intention of buying, but like it's one of those things where it's like if I ever won the lottery,
at a yard sale,
never tell anyone. Find them at Goodwill. Could you imagine? They'd probably be like a bootleg though. There's got to be bootlegs of these,
of course.
Like those ones that show up at Five Below. There's always like Transformer animal bootlegs.
Oh yeah. Ugh. Find it at Cracker Barrel.
They have some pretty good. They have like a series of Transformers that combine, and they all turn into guns. I think my son was buying them for a moment, and then he
yes,
forgot.
that's right. You mentioned that.
I think they still have them. All right, you told me that they are replacing in the next season of Ahsoka, which has that been confirmed yet? I'm not sure.
I mean, I don't know.
Instead of ending the storyline for Baylan Skoll, they're gonna recast the character.
They are.
And who is taking the place?
What's the gentleman's name? Rory the Hound from Game of Thrones.
The Hound, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Should look up the character. Should look up the Hound instead.
I can't believe I looked that up and it didn't immediately give me the news.
It was one of those. So that was news that dropped, but like that was one of those news things that you had to like triple fact check.
Well, sure. Because it seems like fan casting.
Exactly. Like I saw it on Facebook.
Rory
and then I was
McCann to replace Ray Stevenson as Baylan Skoll in Ahsoka. Now, again, has season 2 been greenlit? Are they actively working on this? I guess
That's
they
a good
must
question.
be if this
they
is
got to work on something.
They got to do something. I don't think we're going to get a Skeleton Crew
captivated by
series 2.
Skeleton Crew. They can just go home.
All right, let's talk about it because I was excited for it when it started, and it's not that it's bad. No. I think it's just like I kept being like, okay, this is cool, and then like I think I was waiting for something.
Yeah.
And then be like, okay, this is it. This is why I invested hours into the show.
Okay.
And we have 2 episodes left.
Is it just 2? Okay.
It's no more than 2 because I saw something talking about the final episode, but I think we have 2 more. If not, this is it. Maybe this is the last week. And it just hasn't done anything. And I guess maybe that's not a great thing to say because it's like, well, it can just be entertaining on its own. It doesn't need to advance a story. But I think because it's Star Wars, you kind of expect something.
Everything needs to involve a story. Everything, especially with Star Wars media, everything has to connect to something else. And right now,
we've been
I'm not
conditions
seeing
to
it.
think that. No.
And
There's still a couple of possible
there are.
secrets.
And I think visually, I think it's a very well-made TV show.
Yeah.
But
I
at the
think
same
so.
time, every episode I've fallen asleep on.
Except that one. You said there was one you didn't.
There may have been one, yeah, but every other one I've fallen asleep.
So this week we got Jude Law maybe showing his true colors. I'm still waiting for him to be redeemed in the end. I'm still, because it's like he grabbed that kid and he's like, say you give up, and he could have very easily just killed her, but he didn't. So I feel like they're holding on to him to make him good in the end. He's got a lightsaber. Like he's got to turn out to be a good guy, right?
I don't know. He's got
can't
maybe
just be
the
a bad
Force.
guy. They got to explain that a little bit. They got to explain a little bit. Got to give us something. The other thing, we know the name of the captain of that ship,
right?
But they tried to show a hologram of him, and it was all flickery. So I feel like they wouldn't have done that if it wasn't going to be a reveal. Like there's something there.
The big theory. Have you heard the theory as to who the captain is?
Who?
Is the mouse in the eye of SM-33.
Okay. Did he get turned into a mouse, or he was always?
He's the mouse, the house of mouse. That's it's Mickey Mouse.
But they showed a body. It seemed like there was a full, unless it was like a tiny, the image was blowing up.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, maybe the fact that mouse is there, they could
always present.
Woof, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that, but I guess we'll see. And then what was the other thing? I thought there was one more thing. Oh, we don't know who the leader of Adden is because they've referenced him.
Yes.
I don't know what role they say he has.
They want to say the big
coming.
reveal is that it's just a droid at the end, like an artificial intelligence.
I guess, but then so what? That's nothing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, I want to know what the money's. They're just making the money.
They're making the money, and
but
brought
nobody's
him
come
down
to pick it up. They
the
just
money.
keep doing it. Yes.
Yeah, it's very strange. That's why there's got to be something more to it. And I just started watching Silo, where every episode ends on a cliffhanger. So my level of expectation for TV is about to get real high.
Okay. Where's Silo? Where can you watch that?
It's on Apple TV.
No, forget it.
No, because now is the perfect time to get it because Severance comes back this weekend or next weekend.
Maybe I can get a free trial and.
No, you got to commit. Severance is worth it. Have you watched series 1, season 1?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, listen. Get Apple TV, binge season 1, listen to the podcast with Adam Scott and Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
And then, believe me, you'll be a
I watched Adam Scott in some of that Big Little Lies show over the last week. And I was like...
With all the women? Is that show? Nicole Kidman?
She's in it, yeah.
The first season? You're just watching that now?
My wife was watching it. I just kind of...
Well, sure. But it's that's old.
Yeah.
I think there's a second season at this point.
I think that's
it. Ended up being oh, you're not done with it, so I won't talk about the twist. That was one of the ones that had a twist.
The twist in the second season?
No, I think the twist in the first season, isn't it? You find out who is responsible for murder or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, no,
there were twins involved.
I don't know about that.
I think one of the parents has twins. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
It's been a minute. A minute.
That's okay.
Okay.
It didn't really that also didn't captivate me because it just sounded like women complaining about the kids' school the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I think it's supposed to be pretty realistic. That's kind of what it's high society. What do they talk about?
I went to my wife's office party the other night. Last night, in fact.
The Christmas party? No, I guess not.
It was dubbed a holiday Christmas party, even though it was much later. She did a thing which was funny, and I give her kudos, but now I've got to be guarded. So she bought me a shirt, a flannel shirt. And I guess this is a trend. So she bought me a shirt, and she's like, "You're gonna wear this tonight." And I didn't think anything of it because I was like, "That's fine." I get to the venue. And I see one of her close friends and her husband. The husband's wearing the same flannel. And then I see an older co-worker with her husband, and he's wearing the same flannel. And my head just immediately goes, I'm like, what the hell did you do? What is this
situation?
So then
the same exact shirts?
Everybody, every significant other, whether they were a husband or dating, they all wore the same flannel shirt.
Every single one.
So there must have been 15 to like 18 men all wearing the same flannel shirt.
This is a TikTok trend? Is this
what's might be a TikTok trend. I thought it was funny. It was good. She got me good.
That's pretty good.
But
see, I would.
There's a photo when I get a copy of the photo, I'll share it with you because you'll see the level of. But what I did notice, I was the only person that tucked my shirt in.
You're a tucker?
Yeah, well, with flannel especially. I mean, it was not an event. I thought it was not a casual event. So
what pants were you wearing?
Slacks.
What color? Yeah. Black?
Gray.
Maybe. I don't feel like you tuck flannel because flannel is like you're a woodsman. You're chopping wood. Like you wouldn't tuck
but
in.
Then I'd have like the suspenders too. I don't know. That's a good question.
You got the suspenders. I don't know. Yeah. I don't feel like you tuck flannel. What do you think out there in the comments?
You tuck flannel?
Let us know.
Yeah.
Do you tuck flannel? Do you tuck flannel? Paul says no. Bill says yes.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's probably good for this show. Or this half.
Yeah.
That's probably good. All right. We're going to take a little break. Nothing will happen. The next part will start immediately following this. Okay. Bye-bye. So we're talking about TV before the break. The other show that we were both watching, Squid Games Season 2. You finished it in a day. Were you so enthralled?
I was so sick. I was enthralled and sick. I mean, there was nothing much to do.
Nothing to do. Yeah.
Except stay in bed. Recover.
I kind of wish I watched Season 1 before I dove back in. I mean, obviously, I remember the concept. Yeah. But, like, I guess it's not like any of the characters are referenced. Or if they are, they do a very obvious job of
I think the first
game master guy.
I think the first episode of the second season does a pretty good job of recapping, because you're not supposed to. I mean, you're supposed to be invested in the characters, but they all die in the first season, so it's like
yes
at random too.
That's true.
It's
yeah. Did you? So obviously this second season is like part 1 of 2, and there's another season coming out this year. Is it the end of the year?
I believe no. I think it's as early as June. I think it's coming back in June.
That's not too bad then. Man, big summer because Stranger Things coming out too. Like big year for Netflix. Wow. Monday Night Raw. So it season part 1 or season 2 ended on a cliffhanger where I don't even know how to pronounce the gentleman's name. The main character, his best friend got shot. Right. And it kind of seems like it's game over for them because they forged this rebellion and it got snuffed out. And then the game master or the head master, whatever they call him, he resumed his role as the bad guy.
The front man.
There you go. That's what it's called.
Yes.
So I guess it's interesting to see like what ends up happening, and I'm sure it'll be some shenanigans where it's like, oh, this other character was related to him or something. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm not loving it as much as I loved. Like it was so unique the first season, and this season because like it's when you're in it and you're watching it, it's very tense. Like
I don't think you have to think about it that deeply. Like I mean, it's not like one of those shows where it's like you talk about Severance, and it's like every episode. I mean, as far as I know, from what you've told me, it's like, what the hell's going on here?
I mean, you have to think about it a little bit.
I'm learning.
Yeah, you're learning. I forgot I had these.
Yeah.
We went the whole thing without...
I'm not going to remind you about your sound bites.
They were here the whole time.
Oh, I have 3 kids and no money. Why can't I have no kids and 3 money?
Right? I ask myself that every day. Yeah.
Man, you just replaced me with an artificial intelligence board. You just converse with Simpson quotes.
At least this one was great. This is funny.
The ventriloquist goes to heaven, but the dummy doesn't.
Did it cut off the V? I heard ventriloquist.
I heard ventriloquist.
The ventriloquist goes to heaven,
Really
but the dummy doesn't.
You're answering the tough questions.
But I think
fat pig.
That's the
what
office.
is that? Oh.
Do you really expect me to not push you up against the wall, biatch?
You expect me not to? I thought we'd get to the to NECA and be like, oh, I couldn't find any product, and I was asking myself, where are the turtles? Where are the turtles? Try to be more clever with these. After all these toys, you know what I'm saying?
I declare bankruptcy!
Yeah, you got to do it.
It's wild.
You got to declare it. You know, as far as this TikTok thing goes,
We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.
yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. But really, I was amazed because
He can talk. 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 I can sing.
help me, Dr.
help me,
Zayas.
Dr.
All right, enough of that.
That's where I saw the leprechaun. He told me to burn things.
Does your leprechaun tell your children to burn things?
No.
You should.
Not at all.
You should. He's not a good leprechaun.
It snowed up here today. That was.
It snowed?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Oh, you know what? Speaking of you and up there, a little birdie told me that you picked up some items.
I did.
You
I
did.
did.
You want to talk about
And,
what you got?
I mean, I don't have them down with me,
well, that's
unfortunately.
okay. But you can still talk about it.
But what was great, your mother sent me a text and said I have come back from my trip. If you would like to arrange, this was yesterday, and I was very, very punctual.
Oh, okay.
I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
So today I went and picked them up.
Great. What'd you
And
get? What'd I give you?
You gave me Dinobot.
Dinobot from Rosscon?
Honking huge, man.
So big.
I mean, maybe just the
Ridiculously
box. I don't know.
It's crazy.
Like so much plastic, and
it
then
would have
like
cost
so many
much to ship
trays.
that. So many
Yeah.
Did you open it?
Not yet. I looked at it and I was like,
yeah.
wait, where are the hands? Because it had alternate hands.
Right.
But they were all like missing.
Oh no, are they in there though?
They're in there. I shook it around.
Okay.
It sounded like
yeah.
a spray paint
everything
can.
was sort of like that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was only expecting that, but you got me Duffman, Super 7 Duffman.
Another Rosscon find.
He's gonna go on my desk at work. He's gonna go on my
It's a
desk
good
at
figure.
work.
Listen, those Super 7 Simpsons.
Yeah.
I know it was a crazy ride, but they may be like some of my favorite toys of all time.
They're a lot of
just so
fun.
nice.
I think
they're so nice.
I think the Jazzwares are really coming into their own if you can find them. But
We'll talk about that in a moment because I have some strong
That's fine.
opinions on that. But then the final treat that I included
Yeah.
in there for you, what was that?
it was a starting lineup action figure.
That's right. And I don't even know what character it was, but I have
I'm not
three of
even
him.
know what player. Okay.
That one actually I found at TJ Maxx like when those first started hitting, like before Ollie's was getting them, and I think I paid like $15. The stickers on there, you can see how much I
Jeez.
overpaid. You can see how much I overpaid.
Oh my.
But that was when they were like, how much were they on Hasbro? $50?
50,
Something more
50
than that?
at least. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, oh my God, $15. This is the steal of
Right.
the century. Little did we know, I ended up getting them for $5 at Ollie's
I
with
thought it
that
was. Yeah.
40% off or whatever it was.
I thought it was going to be the basketball hoop, but I think that was
I
the
want
higher
that.
demanded item
Yeah.
from that,
That did
of
show
all that starting lineup series with the basketball hoop was the shining star.
But it still showed up at some Ollie's. Some people were getting it.
It did.
People
Yeah.
weren't buying it from Hasbro Pulse. Oh, that wasn't that expensive to start with.
No.
You mentioned The Simpsons from Jazzwares, or Jack Specific. Which is it? Jack's.
Jazzwares. Jazz.
Jazz. It's not Jazzwares because Jazzwares is Jeremy Patower, who
Yes,
came from
you're right.
Jack's. So it's Jack's.
Jax. Sorry.
Okay, so the most recent photos we've seen, Lenny and Carl,
Yep.
Homer playing baseball, Marge and Maggie, Millhouse
Bumblebee
with
Man.
a bike, Bumblebee
Yep.
Man. Is there a comic book guy? I think he's the smaller scale.
Yes.
I guess I could just look it up. Anyways, my point is that I don't know about these. I don't think I'm going to buy them.
The 5-inch ones or the smaller scale?
I don't think I need any of them.
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't know. I'm just...
Right? Oh, here's some nice photos of all of them. So here's my thing with these. These characters exist. If I wanted these characters, I could have had them. I did have a lot of them from the Playmates.
And
World
I
of
do
Springfield.
too. Yes.
These are different in that they have more articulation. I can't say that they're better because I don't know that the articulation really works with this animation style. They just look kind of like they're robots. It doesn't flow right. And that's why I liked how Super 7 did it, where they maybe gave them elbows, but it wasn't so visually distracting.
These kind of look like if they were like a marionette, I would say.
Yeah,
like
I could see
like a puppet.
The joint in the elbow, it just kills me because there's no way to hide it. Like maybe if it's bent all the way, it doesn't work for me. And Marge, she's got a slit.
Isn't it funny that like bendable technology, like bendy wire technology, other than capes and fabric, hasn't really come that far since its iteration in toys?
No. Do they even do it anymore? I feel like they stopped because it degrades over time.
It does. I mean, I know NECA did it with like the alien tails.
That's true. Yeah.
And they might still use it. And I know fabric capes. Often, I think McFarlane's doing it right now with the fabric capes for Batman.
With the wire, yeah.
The wire, yeah.
I think that's fine. It works on there.
That's
I think
fine.
it doesn't work well because you don't get that much of a bend. Like you don't get the full range. Like if you have a joint, you can bend it a little bit. You get the impression of articulation, but not really. I do think the smaller figures are nicer because they don't have the additional joints, and I just think it looks better. I just think it looks better.
It does. I mean, you don't need them being so animated. You know.
What I wish they did,
I don't know.
I wish, and maybe this is just outside what they can afford to do with the line, but like Mezco does with their 5-inch line, where they have alternate alternate arms to achieve these poses, but you swap out the arms.
Right. This is just the adult collector talking, which is just nitpicking. At the end of the day, they're just toys. And like,
no, I don't buy that. I don't buy that.
But you know what, though? I saw today someone posted.
These are professionals making these toys. Like,
fair enough.
They're using technology. They're professionals.
Right. And I have to think back to the fact that like adults are the number one market for these things at this point.
That's true.
And I'm like, but like in the back of my head, so someone had posted on a group, they had found the Spin Master Target exclusive Batman Forever line.
Yeah, I see
the full line.
People finding those, yeah.
And it's like I found the full line, and in the back of my head, I'm just thinking to myself, "Oh, great! There's a kid there's someone who just took all the toys from a kid that they would want." And then I thought to myself, "No, what kid wants Batman Forever toys?
What kid wants the Riddler? Nobody. They barely want
the Rizzler.
The kid
they want the
focused
Rizzler.
line.
They forget about the Riddler.
They want the Rizzler.
They want the Rizzler.
That's right.
They don't want any Riddler. They want Rizzler.
I walk through the aisle at Target, and I just think, like, I look at He-Man, and it's not moving, and I'm like, who is the intended audience here?
Yeah.
They did these Ninja Turtle mashups, and it's like, was this supposed to, like, excite kids? I just don't know. I just don't know. It's a hard time. It's a hard time for a lot of industries, and toys, I feel like, are struggling. Because I feel like we've had it too good, and we're kind of like full. We kind of don't need more stuff. Like a lot of people are like, I think I'm good with what I have.
Right, because who are you impressing at the end of the day?
And it's just like you filling this void in your soul with toys, and you're kind of like, you look around, and you're like, I'm pretty full. I think I'm good. Like I'm gonna start getting rid of stuff. I don't need everything.
Yeah, I'm there. And then I support the kids now at this point and their stuff because it's like, it's more fun because you see the joy that comes from it. Like I wouldn't think that I would have bought like the Mr. Beast Lab stuff, but then playing with my son, it's like this is what he enjoys.
Yeah, kids are dumb, you know? They like stupid stuff.
They do.
You showed me that Mr. Beast.
Oh yeah, we didn't bring that up last week. Yes.
No, but somebody tagged me on Twitter today. So
there he is.
So this is part of their like you fill it yourself. The
right.
Thing
Remember when I had that? Remember when I had that crazy?
Anybody.
Yeah, I forgot to tell anyone about my idea. And then,
to tell anybody,
3 weeks later,
they did it without you.
They did it without me. Yeah. So
make your own.
Make your own. Fill your own Mr. Beast. Which my son has all the other ones that are the Gujitsu characters, but this one, no.
They really captured his lifeless eyes. They really did a good job.
He's got doll's eyes. Yeah.
Look at that. That's wild.
He's got the yellow. It's like he's in Breaking Bad. I feel like he could be like full of blue meth.
He does. I think that's exactly what it is. What are these beast bars? Is that what he's supposed to have? The beast.
Oh, is that his little fill-in? His little one of the little. So each one comes with three separate fillings to fill the toy.
Delicious.
And one's a gummy like consistency, like rubbery.
Yeah.
The other one's a solid, like a rock, and then the other one's kind of like that metallic paint that can kind of swirl around and make.
Oh yeah, it's my least favorite. Yeah, it looks like those beast bars.
Wow.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. No, this was already it's on pre-order, and then.
Oh, you got it?
No.
Oh,
but it was already like markdown pre-order.
It was it was already clearance. It was pre-clearance.
Right. What I did see though was if you go to Amazon right now, and we never saw them, at least I didn't, was the second side of those Gujitsu Ninja Turtles.
What do you mean the second side?
So they had the 2-packs in Walmart for the longest time, and they still probably do, with I think Leonardo and Michelangelo.
Oh right. Yeah.
And you can get on Amazon right now for $8. You can get I believe it's Donatello and Michelangelo.
Wait. Oh, we only saw one set?
Yeah, I've only seen one set at Brick and Mortar.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Here's the 4-pack that Moose sent us.
That was really nice of them.
It was really nice. I like those a lot. It's not even showing me the other what you're talking about.
Oh, no kidding. That's odd.
And sometimes Amazon is bad at like
Amazon with their searches, exactly, because they intersperse non-related items.
I hate them.
And they're all like third party, like those. I think you showed a couple weeks ago. They were like, it was almost like Zivaz.
Right. Yeah.
And those pop up a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you have to know where to not look, because like they'll give you a row that's just like an ad, but it looks like it's a listing.
One of my least favorite thing to see on this, and then even in toy stores, are those character helicopters. Have you seen those?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
And they started off as like this cheap like knockoff.
Right.
Like you could get Iron Man and he would fly, but you'd find it for like $12. It's like a Temu thing, and you're like,
figure roll. Let me see. Is it not called a helicopter? I can't even.
It's not letting you find it. But now they're in stores, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know what to like search, so I won't.
Junk.
I don't want to
bother.
give them
Don't waste your time.
any more press. It's frustrating.
Did we get any requests for Lights Camera action figure at all?
No, I'm soured on it a little bit. I feel like it's
okay.
It's good if we don't have a lot to talk about, but I feel like
Fair enough.
Eats up a lot of. It takes a lot of prep because you got to find the right movie.
Yes. I agree.
Oh, I have this queued up. I want to talk about this. Hot Toys. They're gonna give us a Johnny Storm from Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, Hot Toys has really been knocking it out of the park with their character likenesses, but I feel like they missed it on this one. This is not Chris Evans. This is not Chris Evans.
What's the general internet consensus? That
they agree.
It does.
They agree.
It doesn't. Okay.
No, I don't think anybody. Just on my initial look at it, I don't think anybody. I don't know why. I'm gonna look up Preternia. He probably has it, right? He puts everything. Preternia. He kind of stole my idea a little bit in posting like all of the figure affiliate links, but he does a much better job of it than I do with Toy Sailboat. Maybe he doesn't have it. I feel like the Technodrome was on sale. The small
Technodrome. A little bit.
The Luke Skywalker Black Series starting to show up in stores.
Oh.
This is what we should. We just scroll through his feed and
just
comment.
Scroll down, yeah. And Joy Toys, they announced some new turtle.
8th. What is the 11th? Oh, here we go. This is actually a good. We're just gonna do this from now on. It's sponsored by Victoria. NECA. We'll come back to Captain America, or not Captain America. NECA showed off Stitch from Lilo and Stitch dressed up as Elvis.
Wow.
So do we think they have the full Disney license and they're basically doing what Super 7 tried to do with the Ultimates, but
could you imagine?
Target exclusive.
Yeah. That's a good question.
There's something about NECA sometimes, I don't know if this is like a hand-painted prototype, it doesn't look good enough. Like usually prototypes are like the best a product will ever look.
Right, because you take the time with it.
There's something about like the lines are too thick or something. It just doesn't look as good as you would expect. But maybe that's
look animated. It doesn't look as
it doesn't look animated. Yeah, I don't know. But maybe this is good because it's truth in marketing. Like this is what the final product will actually look like.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't like it. But yeah, and then the Stitch movie is coming out this year maybe? I don't know. So maybe it's just a Stitch thing, or they have the full Disney license. But what I was talking about, has NECA ever done a Star Wars item? Hey, Disney owns Star Wars. That could be something. That could be coming.
Be something, right? All we have are the Ruby's masks at this point because
Ruby's mask.
Yes.
Here it is. Okay. Here we go.
Well, Disney. Let's go back to NECA real quick. NECA has some Nightmare Before Christmas coming out or out.
Oh, that's true. They've always done that. So
Gargoyles. Also a Disney property.
So they have a connection to Disney.
They have a connection.
So this could just be another thing. Or people, I don't know, I just read people's immediate response was, oh, do they have the general Disney animation license now?
Yeah.
So we'll find out. All right, here is the Human Torch from Hot Toys. Let's see what people are saying. This person says the eyes and eyebrows are throwing it off. Yeah, this is the side by side. You can really see it.
Do you remember?
Just not him.
Do you remember when Sideshow did that Obi-Wan Kenobi like statue? It wasn't a 1/12 scale, 1/6 scale figure. It was a statue, and it was like nomadic Obi-Wan, and they took the two actors and kind of merged him.
Yes.
Into.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
This guy does not like this. Is a gif of the Team America puppet vomiting.
That's fantastic. Wow.
Yeah, Chris Evans' very famous face. This is not it. So, but Hot Toys will usually go back and tweak the likeness if it's not perfect. So I think we can expect some tweaking. I
ran through the actors.
I just see Robert Downey Jr. for whatever reason.
Do you? I mean, I see a young Sean Bean.
Yeah, you had some good ones.
Yeah.
Jamie Lannister.
I spent all night. Yes, he was there.
Every angle, it looks a little bit different. There's like one photo where it really looks like Jamie Lannister, I thought.
But there's not a single one where it looks definitively like Chris Evans.
It's not Chris Evans. It's definitely not. No. It's definitely not. Yeah, so they got some work to do on that. But I'm sure it'll sell 1 million units because I don't know who buys Hot Toys, who has the money for that, but they do, and they keep buying them.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Did you have a chance to check out GameStop this week?
I didn't. I still haven't really left the house. I'm very comfortable.
Oh, you're still sick. Did you go to work?
Well, Oh yeah, no, I'm back to work. I've just and I've pretty well recovered, other than the occasional cough here and there. Mm-hmm. But I just haven't found myself going. We went to Target for the first time in 3 weeks. I hated it. Never going back again. I do. At least mine. I know you say you have to find a good one, but like
you got to find the good Target. The Target less traveled.
Yeah, I just feel like people treat it like a destination and then they abuse it, and they treat it like, I don't know how you would explain how people treat like a Target, kind of like. How do I? Are they
leaving like half-eaten apples everywhere, like that Walmart I used to shop at, do my groceries at?
You know what? Maybe. I feel like
not good.
No, I feel like it's just there. It's like your side piece store, at least mine. And you like.
What's your
you
main
use it.
store? What's your main store then? If that's your side piece, Walmart.
I would say, I guess, well, Walmart never has anything either.
No.
And that's just how Walmart. Like, I don't know what people go
check in
to
with
Walmart
Bella.
for.
See what's going on there. Yeah, we do groceries at Walmart, but we do the pickup, so we don't have to actually go in.
Sure. Just don't know.
Well, it's okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Well, we mentioned
I've
GameStop.
accepted it.
That's
yeah,
fine.
what's going on with GameStop? Did you go to GameStop?
I didn't. I wish I did, but I knew everything would be gone. 90% off clearance, or up
That's
to.
That's insane.
We even got an email from GameStop that said up to 90% off.
Okay.
So that's crazy. Somebody had posted that they bought something from it. I think it was the Indiana Jones 2-pack, and they said it was 90% off, and I was like, "Whoa!" Wow. Remember that amazing time? Was it last year or the year before when GameStop? It was
the year before.
At least 50% off.
It was with the things kept getting added. It was with the Boglins.
They would find new stuff. The Boglins.
Yes.
When Boglin crazy.
And I thought it was because wasn't it? Didn't we find that it was Think Geek or whatever the store that was affiliated?
Oh, is that
was
what
closing,
happens?
And they were just getting the inventory sent to them from the other sister stores. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I missed that because I seriously would go to GameStop any opportunity I had, multiple times a week.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've been since. I'll go in if I go to the mall here, because there is a GameStop here. There's not much else. So if I'm stuck in the mall, I'm gonna go to GameStop just to see. But the prices are not. They're not great. Great. They're not terrible either. But it's why would I pay this price? I can just wait. It's gonna be a clearance Subway.
I'm a morning shopper. I think I really have to need something in order to go out after 4 p.m. to get it.
Oh my God, forget it. If it's dark, if it's going to be dark on my drive home, I'm not leaving the house. Get out of here.
Not even with your special glasses now?
I mean, if I have to, but I'm not choosing it. I'm not going out for fun. If I have to retrieve dinner, I'll go. I'm not going to
enjoy all this extra stuff that you have to walk back into. Oh my God.
Oh, forget about it.
Did I mention the projector saga last week about my wife's gift for me?
No.
Tell me. Really? So my wife got me an all-in-one projector system for Christmas.
Okay.
Very thoughtful.
I don't know what that means.
Very nice.
What does that mean?
So you get the projector, you get the screen, you get a sound bar, and the ability to hook things up to the projector and watch. In my opinion, it was this is a great way to stream from my phone.
And, yeah, sure.
And not the case.
Didn't work?
Not the case. No, so I found out that most streaming services, prior to sending the signal through HDMI or even through, say, Chromecast or Roku or whatever the thing might be, sends a signal to make sure that it's a verified service to use to prevent piracy. So, so people aren't having mini pop-up movie theaters and charging people.
Oh, sure.
So with that said, she bought me, she got it at Sam's Club, so it wasn't too expensive, but I got a cord to put my phone through it. Nothing was supported. Nothing. And I was like, oh.
Sad.
So we've had to return it. But I was like, well, I really want my present. I was like, I like seeing projectors. I went on Amazon. They had a nice one of equivalent price, built-in apps.
Oh,
so they're all right there. And we
why is that
fired it
allowed?
Up today.
Why is that okay?
I don't know. They're just approved. So I got a smart projector. And
that's fun.
We had Bluey on today at 180 inch screen, this just gigantic wall-sized.
That's cool.
Viewing. I watched the tail end of Rogue One, and it's very cinematic. And I'm never going to leave the house again. Yes, I just wanted to see everyone die, but I'm not going to the movie theaters ever again now.
Is it a good quality?
It's excellent. It excellent.
Really works really well.
Yeah.
Where do you put the projection? You can put it on the ceiling, or the ground?
So I have it right. I have it right on. I have a lot of bare walls. I don't have a lot of photos up in some spaces. So We're probably gonna get a sectional for the other side of the house, and then I'm just gonna, rather than get a TV and hang that there,
projector.
I'm gonna just it's gonna be the projector room.
Where do you put the device that is projecting the picture?
So I have a nice right now it's on a chair. I did buy a projector stand for it.
Okay.
But it came with a little mount that you can put things on, but we have a nice picture window. So we're just going to put it on the picture window, and
there you go.
And it's Bluetooth, so I can get Bluetooth speakers.
Ooh.
So have some nice full immersion as opposed to just the audio from the back of the projector unit, but still the kids were like, this is amazing. You know,
I want to do one of those outside ones where you get the inflatable screen.
Oh yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Maybe
Sometimes you can
that.
find the inflatable screen for like $80 and
that's not bad.
have a movie night out there.
Yeah.
It's an idea for the summer.
Yeah, I'll be too hot.
No,
too
for
hot
you,
then.
yeah.
Gotta wait. Yeah.
Yeah, do it in winter.
That's cool though. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I grew up with projectors as a kid, like before it was like a thing, and I just remember, you know, as like a 10-year-old, maybe 12-year-old, and watching Return of the Jedi on the big screen like that was like amazing.
Oh yeah.
Down in the basement, we had a full curtain, and then even past that, I mean, if you remember my room at my parents' house, I had turned that into like a little mini movie theater.
All right.
Yeah.
My wife wants to get a bigger TV because ours is not as big. You know, like they keep making TVs bigger and cheaper.
Oh, sure.
But I'm like, just wait until the kid throws something into it, and then we'll get a new TV. Because it's like it's gonna happen. So like, might as well wait until it happens. He's gonna do it.
I'll tell you right now, this projector cost $100, and it was worth. I'd say it was worth, with the fact that it can support apps. It's worth every penny.
Does it have Apple TV? Because I want to watch that.
It does. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. All right, you've sold me. I'll put a link.
I'll send you the link.
I'll put an affiliate link. I'll get the money from your promotion.
Perfect.
We got to find a way to make money now that TikTok's getting shut down.
Oh sure. Well,
I'm not doing this shit for free. I'm not doing this shit for free. You kidding me? We gotta start that Patreon. Start sending us $5 a month just to listen to us.
Oh.
Finally, this week, this is exciting to me in a roundabout way. Are you familiar with Dogman?
I am, and that has not come out yet, but there is a big media push for it, right?
There's a feature film coming out very soon.
Yes.
Dogman is a series of books for children. They're basically graphic novels. They're not. Yeah. It's not like Harry Potter. There's pictures. There's a lot. It's like a comic book, but the kids love it, including my son. My son just learned how to read. You know, he's in 2nd grade, so he has gone through the process, and he really liked reading Dogman. He's moved on to like weird school now or whatever, but he was a big fan. He was very excited that the movie was coming out. Somebody posted pictures this week, the action figures for Dogman, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be my son's very first like buy one to keep in the box, one to open action figure line. But I showed it to him, and he was not as excited as I had hoped he'd be.
Oh, no.
So I'm, like, concerned that he's not... Like, he's really into dinosaurs right now.
Yeah.
So maybe he just has to go through these stages. But I'm, like, concerned he's not going to be, like, an action figure kind of collector.
I don't think it exists anymore. I really don't.
I know.
I think it's something that's going to fade away. Like...
The concept of figures?
Yeah. I mean, we can talk in length because I updated the kids' playroom and I took all their toys and made them far more accessible. And they're they rely visually on so much. Like, they'll forget things exist in their lives until they see it back in their face again.
That's and
you know, now my kid's back into cars, like not the Disney property, but just like Hot Wheels Matchbox.
Hot Wheels, yeah.
Yeah, so much so. Now, this is the sad part, and he's been told not to do it anymore because he's got this good relationship with cars with my father. And, you know, they talk about Hot Wheels and they buy them for one another. He is at school. He is coming out of school now with cars in his pockets, telling the family members that he went to a store, and a store where all the cars were free. And he has been lying and saying that he's been taking these from school.
From where? Like other children?
Not other children, but, you know, the communal toys.
Oh, they just have Oh, there's just communal toys. I got you.
Yeah, so he'll pocket.
He's like in a
pocket
daycare
Hot Wheel.
situation, right?
He's in a pre-K, but you know.
Okay, yeah, right. So it's I'm
Right.
just trying to think like what classroom has toys, but yeah, they
Yeah,
still
so
have
when
toys
they have like
for the
free when they
kids
have
to play
free
with.
play.
Yeah,
exactly.
Of course.
So he's pocketing the Hot Wheels. He's pocketing the Hot Wheels.
He's stealing from the school.
He's stealing from the school and coming out.
He takes after you stealing from the library.
Oh yes,
getting such a good deal on that firehouse.
It's up in the attic now. I pared it down.
We gotta talk about that too next week but that was more of
Yes.
an Instagram thing, but we can still talk about the video.
Right.
What are you gonna do? He's a stealer. You gotta
We've
set
spoken
him
to
on
him about it.
straights.
No, we've spoken to him about it. It's good. We're good. But I patted him down before he got in the car the other day, and I was like, it was like contraband Matchbox. I was like, what is this?
Damn.
What do you've got here?
My kid.
He fleeced my
stole
parent. He was so like they really thought that he had got them at a store.
The free store.
The free store. All cars are free store is what he called
He
it.
won them in a truth telling contest 2 towns over. Well, you should get him a card.
Hey there, 10-year-old. I couldn't afford to get you a new drum. So how about a nice pair of bongos?
When he loves cars so much, he probably had a reaction similar to this.
Purple drapes. All my life I've wanted purple drapes.
Oh, jeez.
What was I gonna say? Something. I forget. I'm too distracted by the random sounds that I should have incorporated better. But
it's okay.
Oh boy, sleep! That's where I'm a Viking.
It'll be interesting to listen back because it keeps cutting off like the very first sound. So I hope they sound good on the actual recording.
I hear it. I hear
useless.
the full thing.
That's pointless if it doesn't sound good. I guess I can build in like a second of silence. But all right, very good. There was something else I wanted to say, but I forget. So too bad.
Too bad.
Too bad. Next time.
Next time, when we just go over our TikTok highlights for an hour.
Yeah.
No, I think we can wrap that segment up in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Why don't you pick your like top 5?
I'll pick
most
my top
important
5. Fair enough.
5 you want to show, and then we'll see. We'll do some.
Yeah.
Do some like extras in case we pick the same one.
Okay.
Because there are some good ones. Like,
there's some deep ones. There's some good ones that did very well.
Some good. Go back through the archives. I've just been posting like anything. All the drafts I had, I'm just posting. It's like,
oh, is that what happened? I was like, whoa, what a dump.
I'm just posting everything. Like, what does it matter? Maybe one will go off, but it doesn't seem
one
like
will win over the Supreme Court, and they'll be like, yeah. This is why we have to keep this going, people. Well, at least tune in next week, guys, and find out what vintage toy line I found at the thrift store. Because
I'm excited.
That's been going on.
Oh my God, that's right.
You do know. I've just been sitting on it.
I forgot all about that.
Nobody knows. It's all right.
You got to put it on the list. I'll remember to bring it up.
Okay.
All right, very good. Anything else for this big week?
No, that's all I got.
No? All right, very good. All right, everybody. Well, you know what we say. We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
I still wanna be a toy.